This is not, I repeat, is not the Chiefs news you wanted today. Let's talk about that. What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? How we doing, baby? What's going on?
What happened?
I was trying to do that thing like Jim Carrey did on Ace Ventura where he has the door and you can hear it and then you can... Oh, okay, damn.
Didn't work.
I tried. How we all doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for rolling in here. You know the drill. Hit the like button. Tell a friend about the show, and let's get a party started in here. Mike, the Chiefs didn't have the greatest news this morning when Nate Taylor decided to show up out of nowhere and say, you know what? Jalen Royals is not going to be ready to play by week 1.
Yeah. Conflicting reports. He said they would. He was talking to Carrington Harrison. Is that his name? I don't watch. I don't listen to radio.
Sure.
So I don't care. Don't listen to it. Don't care. He said he wasn't going to be ready for week 1. That's exactly what he said. This dude works for ESPN now. He is with the team. Then we get the other guy, Matt Derrick, who is also a beat writer, comes out and literally negates the story minutes later and says that barring setback, he will be ready to go for week 1. So we don't know what's going on. The Chiefs have kept everyone in the dark about every single move this week as if these were the most insane, shady moves ever. It's like we're like bank robbers or something. And we're all trying to
be mysterious,
straight.
Mike.
Yeah, and all the beat writers can't even get the story straight. They're like, what do we report? We all need to get in a room and get everything together. If we're going to come out and just tell BS, let's all at least tell the same BS.
Right. Matt Derrick, Nate Taylor, all you beat reporters, get your shit together.
Lunch. Get it together.
Come on. Get it together. You guys are supposed to be telling the people what in the hell is going on. And we're getting conflicting stories. But let's just say that Nate Taylor, since he's Mr. Big Swinging Dong ESPN now, is right.
ESPN.
Right?
Baby.
Let's say he's right. And Jalen Royals is not ready to go by week 1, which means that knee might have a little more going on than tendonitis. Let's just say that. But we don't know. We have no idea. But let's just say he doesn't play. How does this affect the Chiefs? Because we know Rashee Rice is out for 6 weeks.
Yeah, we got that news this week, too. He's gone for 6 weeks. He'll be back week 7 versus the Raiders. A lot of people are saying big deal. Jalen Royals misses week 1, big deal. Jalen Royals misses week 2, 3, 4, big deal. A lot of people are on that train. Well, let's talk about this for just 1 second. So far, Hollywood Brown has proven he can't stay healthy for nothing. So now you're down Royals, probably Brown at some point, and maybe or Rashee Rice for sure, and maybe Royals. So you're down 3. So now you're looking at Tyquan Thornton. He had a great preseason. Don't get me wrong, deserved to be on the team. But we haven't seen what he's done in the regular season yet. He may come out and show his true Patriot self. Jason Brownlee, you may get the same thing out of him. You've then got Juju, who's, again, he looked decent in the preseason, but he's still a little older. You may be relying on Xavier Worthy yet again, just by himself for an extended period of time.
Well, I mean,
if we don't
absolutely.
Get it together.
I think Xavier Worthy is going to be that guy early on. Even with everyone there. Because,
Can we get a healthy, whole wide receiver room for 5 minutes?
No, it's impossible. The Chiefs can't go from the beginning of the season to the end of the season with a healthy wide receiver room. And when they did, all the wide receivers sucked. Think about that for a second. But hey, here's the thing. Xavier Worthy did great last season. I think he did an exceptional job.
He's going to
when
have a
it was just him, right? Yeah, he had a big workload his rookie season, and I thought he handled it well. Thanks to D-Hop for kind of helping him along the way there. I think that made a huge difference.
Could have been bigger if Mahomes hits a few passes. It's bigger.
Right. But now, okay, so if Jalen Royals doesn't play, what are you really expecting from Jalen Royals early on anyway?
Right.
That's the thing about it, because we don't really know. Even with Rashee Rice out, I don't know how much they're going to use Jalen Royals early. I'm just not sure about that. But also, like you said, Hollywood Brown. What can we expect out of him? We're not for sure yet. He was coming back off the injury at the end of last year. He didn't really contribute that much, but maybe it would be different that he's had the whole offseason and doesn't have to deal with an injury right off the bat. I know he had the little ankle thing in training camp, but nothing major.
Right.
But either way, I think it's going to kind of look like it did towards the end of last season. The only thing that could help is the guys that you just mentioned, Tyquan Thornton. If he were to be able to get out there and run a lot of those, go routes and just stretch the field out, or maybe even get hit on a few. Like I said before, if him and Worthy are both out there, good luck playing single high safety, because when you do, we're taking a shot. And I think Mahomes is going to connect on some of those. So maybe those guys like Tyquan Thornton and Jason Brownlee can kind of be that little oomph to help the Chiefs along, at least for the first 6 weeks.
But isn't it until we see this, until we see it happen in an NFL game, not a preseason game, not a practice.
It's speculation, right?
It's all hope. We're playing hope football. Like, we're still playing hope. Can we get a reliable receiver group that can sit there for 3 weeks of health and no injuries and no idiotic suspensions? And can it just happen? I don't know. No. I think Patrick Mahomes was pissed off somebody.
Patrick Mahomes.
He just can't have it. He can't have it. It's like it's the curse of his career. Poor guy's not allowed to have a healthy wide receiver room.
Right. Well, I wouldn't overreact too much, because I think they're going to be just fine. Rashee Rice coming back after week 6. I think he'll kind of seamlessly come back into the roster too. I don't think that's going to be a big setback for Rashee Rice, as much as maybe the team as a whole, just trying to, like you said, have everybody on the field at one time. But I'm pretty excited about the season regardless. I think they have a lot of weapons. I think Patrick Mahomes has more weapons than usual. And I also think we're forgetting one thing here. Usually, when there's a big name out, we have this old man named Juju who likes to step up a little bit when he can. So I think he's going to actually contribute quite a bit early on in the season. With Rashee Rice being out, especially if Jalen Royals doesn't play, I think he will. I do. Because you're going to have Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown and Tyquan Thornton running 4.2 speed down the football field like crazy. I think Juju and Travis Kelce can get some things over the middle. I think that we could see that for sure.
Yeah, let's hope. They're going to need to. Look, Royals, is this something? I'm wondering. I've been thinking about this one today, too. Is this Jalen Royals thing going on right now? Is this something they discovered in the draft process that may have caused him to fall further than he did? And it just wasn't the ankle?
Like a lingering injury?
Like, we were thinking it was all the ankle
No,
injury.
it was a foot. I think it was a foot
injury from Utah State. But was there something going on with the knee throughout the draft process that actually caused this kid to fall to the 4th round?
I have no idea. I mean, you never know. But the Chiefs have shown that they're not shy to take guys that have some type of injury history or people that are kind of skeptical. The Chiefs will always go ahead and do it anyway. Yeah. Shout out Tony with the 5 bombs, showing some love. Appreciate you, my man. And then we got Flapjack in here with the 5 bomb. Says the wide receiver group is overpaid in the NFL. They can't finish a full season. I mean, as a whole, I feel like wide receivers get injured quite a bit. Why do you think that is? I mean, they have the least physical job on the football field. Is it all the cutting and the?
I mean, yeah.
I feel like a lot of it's non-contact stuff.
Man, they're tired. These dudes run. I mean, just look at like a MVS.
They're just sleepy, bro.
Here, I bet MVS ran 400 miles while he was here in a single season.
Yeah, maybe.
It really could be Hill, who they actually put the little thing on, and he was running like behind the line. He had ran over like 3 miles in a game, just behind in motion. It was insane.
I don't know about that. I feel like Mahomes has definitely ran 3 miles behind the line before, probably in those 2 Super Bowls.
Trying to evade the offensive line.
Right. Shout out Ron, been a member for 19 months now. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, but I'm not like going crazy about the wide receiver thing or the Jalen Royals thing. First of all, conflicting reports. So we don't really know what's going on here.
Don't know.
Don't have any idea. Kind of up in the air. It's not what you wanted to hear this morning from anybody. Is like, hey,
no, I think what you
Jalen Royals not going to be ready to go.
Yeah, I think what we wanted to hear was, okay, look, the hype is not there. It was tendonitis. He's going to be completely fine.
Right.
But, I mean, you heard he may be without setback, and you heard he's not going to play. All signs are telling me that you might as well just write him off for week 1. Like it sounds like he's just written off for week 1.
Well, don't you think if he wasn't going to be ready for week 1 or even week 2, they would have went ahead and just used him as an IR spot?
Right, but you got to be careful with those IRs. You only got so many of them throughout the year. I want to say you've only got, what, is it 8?
Yeah, but they used one on, like, Jake Brenning's stool. You know what I'm saying? Like, They could have easily have used
They're
that
playing-
on Jalen Royals.
They're playing wild and loose with these IRs lately. Even Nazi. I don't want Nazi back in week 4. Just put him off the team.
Hey, could he be on the season-ending IR with Felix?
Just put him on the waiver wire. He's not getting cut. Put him back on the 53, or he's not getting claimed. Put him back on the daggone practice squad. What are we doing? Why do we waste an IR on Nazi Johnson?
Would you take Sky Moore back if it meant Nazi Johnson was off the team?
I think so. Just to get rid of him, and then I'd go ahead and cut Sky too.
Woo-hoo. Hey, what about that though? Brashard Smith has claimed number 24, so let's hope that 24 can do a 180, baby.
Yeah, let's hope it's not let's hope it's not a curse of the 24.
Yeah, let's hope
that.
not. I'm excited about Brashard Smith, and that's somebody else they could use in the passing game and help
Yeah.
alleviate some of the stuff early on. Because this kid, I mean,
Well,
let's be
you got
serious here.
A crap ton of tight ends too.
That's true, but you can kick him out wide if you want. And then, like you said, with the tight ends, I think you'll see a lot of 12 and 13 personnel early in the season.
Right.
Andy
And
likes to do it anyway, and then with some receiver injuries or
Right.
suspensions, I think you'll see a lot of it.
Yeah, and you've seen Big Bob get called up to the 53 today. So
Right.
that did happen today.
And
They
everyone
made
knows.
room. What do we know?
Everyone knows the first 4 weeks of the season is Noah Gray season.
That's true.
Yeah.
He gets they get horned up on Noah Gray for 4 weeks, and
Yeah.
then they're like, "Who's that guy?" Why
Well,
is he on the
let's
team?
talk about Big Bob Tonyan since you brought him up. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you guys a little bit horned that Bob Tonyan's back on this 53-man roster. I think everybody was a little hurt about that. Hit that like button for Big Bob freaking Tonyan, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
I
How
think
you feel
everybody
about it, Mike?
kind of knew it was happening.
We knew that's what was going to happen.
Everybody kind of knew it. We talked about it, and I guess it was today's video. Yesterday, I don't even know when we released the video, to be honest. But it was
So many
Wednesday.
videos.
So many
You know?
videos. Wednesday's video, we talked about it. A lot of people were commenting that video, and they were like, "You guys talked about this the night before, and while you were talking, all the stuff you were saying was happening in real time." It was incredible, and it was. We were talking about how the Chiefs are going to probably bring back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Some guy said that. He was like, "You guys were talking about Clyde," and at that moment, I got an alert on my phone that said Clyde got brought back. So
Mike,
look,
did we put that out into the ether?
no, we just understand the team. It's
Yeah.
not that hard to do. You just got to understand the team.
I saw a
And-
comment that actually said that. Some guy was like, hey, I think people should notice because of this happening while you're on the show that people should realize that you guys are kind of in tune with what this team's going to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
and it's
know.
crazy because I'm not trying to honk our horns or toot them or whatever you want to call that. But, like, it's not that hard. It really isn't. I don't understand what's so difficult about it.
No, from the draft process to free agency to everything else, you just kind of have to look at it from a Brett Veach perspective.
Yeah.
And you just throw everything you think you know out the window.
Yeah, pretty much. Shout out Terry with the 5 bomb. Appreciate
Yo.
the support, Terry. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. That's the way to get this thing started, by the way. And then not to be outdone, baby. Flapjack in here with a hundo bomb. Let's go. Round of applause for
He said,
Flapjack,
"Put some
ladies and
Mando
gentlemen.
on." I'm putting Mando on for my boy.
Yeah,
we
put that
go.
on, baby. He
Put
could
the
smell you through the
This is
screen.
This is a full body. I'll just wipe it everywhere.
Mike, you were
Here's full
stanking
body
so
gear.
bad he could smell you through the screen. He paid $100 to get you to put some Mando on.
Look, I'll gladly stop wearing all deodorant for $100 bombs from Flapjack.
Y'all put some nukes in the chat for Flapjack.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate that.
What a legend.
Hey,
Thanks
by
for the
way,
support.
You're not going to see any more Mando stuff for this month. We're
Oh,
completely
no.
done with Mando for the month. So all of September, you zero Mando, but they'll be back in October, baby. We
Yeah.
just signed a new deal with Mando today. We'll be back in October. How you like them apples? See, somebody said our Mando ad was quite possibly the greatest ad ever put on Facebook. Or
I mean-
not Facebook, but YouTube.
All of the above. Everywhere it's
And
been. It's a
that
beautiful
They don't
ad.
understand why that ad is not put on TV. And I said, "Did you see the ad? You would be kicked off of TV."
There's a reason why it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
here's the
sniffing
thing, Mike.
balls.
If we got a new deal with Mando for a few more months, I mean, we might as well make a new one and outdo it.
Maybe I'm gonna let you do it this time.
You want me?
come up
You
with
want me
a-
to see if I can beat you?
see if you can out?
I don't know about that. That was a good one,
Vulgar
dude.
me or whatever I did. It wasn't even vulgar. It was just like straight up. Like this is the stuff they tell you. They're like sniffing taints. I'm like,
Yeah,
what are you
brother.
talking about, bro?
Chief said you said taint. Like, I don't even know what I would do, but I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a good old college try.
Give it the college try, Steve.
We'll give it a shot. But, Mike, let's talk about Big Mike Panell. This is a guy that didn't get brought back to the team like Big Bob
Yeah.
Tonyan, and people are kind of frustrated with that decision. But I actually saw a story earlier that Chiefs Digest put out, Mr. Matt Derrick himself, which, I don't know. I'm sure Nate Taylor would say something completely different, but let me go ahead and read you what Matt Derrick said. He said that Brett Veach explains why the Chiefs moved on from defensive tackle Mike Panell. One of the most surprising moves the Chiefs made on Tuesday during their roster reduction, 53-man, was cutting Mike Panell, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, I think every position group we're trying to get better and we're trying to add competition, Veach said on Thursday. I think that was the one position group we were trying to continually get deeper, younger, and more athletic. So right off the rip, man, he says Mike Panell's too old, not athletic enough.
He was what was he doing? He was age shaming him.
He
just
was.
right off the bat. He's just like, you're too old to play here.
Yeah, I clicked the wrong thing, but JT said he was slow this preseason. So, I mean, people seen it. I think he might have looked a little slow this preseason. It's okay, though. Sometimes Mike Panell's that guy that warms up towards the end of the season. You know, you don't overuse him, and then you just unleash him towards the playoffs.
I mean, he's a run stuffer.
Right.
Like, he moves 1 foot and stands there. He's supposed to clog the middle.
He's really not as old as people think,
Yeah,
by
like
the way.
if this guy's running 40-yard sprints, we're doing something wrong here.
The decision to move on from 34-year-old Panell, he's 34. That's so funny. I thought he was like...
Why'd you laugh about that?
Because I was just making a joke because I was said he's not as old as you think. He's 34. I thought he was like 30. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, he said he made the club after the acquiring Derek Nottie in the trade. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Let's see.
We just get to the beach parts.
Check this
I don't
out.
wanna hear about
No,
this idiot talking.
you have to hear about this part. Mike Panell and Derek Nottie share the same birthday.
I don't care.
That's a little nugget right there, brother.
Here's what I do know. Derek Nottie was here the same amount of time as Mike Panell, and we kept having to bring back Mike Panell because he outplayed Nottie every single time.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Like, what changed?
And now, just because he's younger, now it's Nottie's time to shine. But yeah, we didn't think that in the offseason. We
Right.
kept Panell, and we let Nottie go. What?
Right, but hey, I'll quit bullshitting though. I'll tell you what V had to say. He said, I think when it came to Derek, probably similar level of play that we've seen, but both those guys have, over the years, played and helped us out in games. But I do think you take into consideration just the length of the season. If you had to do a slight edge, it was just, 4 or 5 years younger and a guy that's played a lot of reps. But look, I mean, we're still active at that position, kind of hinting they're still trying to add to it and trying to get it all
they picked
settled,
up
right?
A few guys.
And then he goes on to say, I think through training camp, that was one positional group that we were a little bit more active on than others. We had a couple of teams. We had some dialogue with some teams with some players, and those players ended up not being moved.
The
So
Browns.
apparently they were looking for somebody else the whole
It was the
time.
Browns. Jawan Biggs.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, and they decided to trade him with somebody else.
Are you making that up?
No, it's 100% accurate, confirmed.
All right. And then he says,
If you remember, they liked him out of Cincinnati, too. I actually had him mocked to the Chiefs in the
I
seventh
kinda
round
remember
of
that.
last year's draft.
I do remember that. He said that's just a position that we're kind of hyper-focused on and trying to get that competition better and get more consistent. We have 2 young guys that if these guys start flashing at practice and we think it's going to be an upgrade, there's a chance that those guys are elevated and getting more opportunities, probably Keziah Zard being
he
one
got
of
dropped
those.
today.
No, Broderick Martin then?
Broderick Martin, Zach Pickens.
Right, Zach Pickens, that's who they went and nabbed up today. And if they don't get it done, we'll look for somebody else. So he's basically saying, like, we're going to go with the youth, and if they don't get it done, then we'll go look elsewhere. They're still not done at that position. But let me just finish this up real quick. He says, I think we'd always be open to Mike coming back. Mike's a guy that, I mean, he's a special human being, and we love him. And he's one of those guys that I feel every time we've gotten him back in short spurts, it's been the best he's been. I mean, even at his age, he's a juice guy. Sorry. He's an energy guy. We love him. So certainly keeping that door open as well. I think all options are open for us at that position. So, I mean, there's your explanation. Plain and simple. He didn't think Mike Panell was young enough, athletic enough, or could raise the bar in that room. They're trying to make that room more competitive and better.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you just gotta roll with what Veach says. He's building rosters. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing
I'm
about
not
it. Like,
questioning it. I
have
just
they
don't.
have they
think-
signed anyone in that room that moves the needle though?
No, I mean Tui Pelotu they picked up last year. This dude gets cut again this year. He's back on the 53. They were trying to trade for Biggs from the Browns. I don't think that was a huge solution either. They went out and they grabbed Broderick Martin who was out of Western a few years ago, who I had
We mocked him to the
fifth,
Chiefs.
but I still had him as a 5th round projected player. They drafted Zach Pickens, who I had as a late 4th round projected player. Zach Pickens, by the way, is sub 300 pounds unless they put more weight on him. So I don't know what's happening. If you even look at Broderick Martin, he's 6'4", 337. He's more of like the Panell body type. But just listen to the write-up I had on Broderick Martin here all the way back. I found this today. And it sums it up perfectly, and this is why he's cut from the Lions. His pros: Martin is a big, meaty boy with an insane wingspan. He moves well for 330, but remains strong and stout at the point of attack. He shows good upfield burst and explodes out of his stance. He has a very strong upper body, hitting with heavy hands and showing good hand usage. He could be a consistent 2-gap player. Cons: he struggles shedding blocks in the run game. We need a run stuffer, not a guy that can't shed blocks in the run game. He has a good initial pass or push as a pass rusher, but he doesn't have much in the way of counters. He could have a better bull rush if he plays lower to maintain leverage. He ended up going later in the draft than everybody thought. He gets cut after his 2nd year in the league. These are things that he's working on. So these are still project players that didn't pan out.
Right. You don't want to be you don't want to be a run stuffer that gets stuck on blocks. That's bad.
Absolutely not. And one thing we know about Panell is late in the season he will show up. So I feel like if you would have just put Mike Panell on the practice squad, you could have still signed some of these guys on the practice squad. And then when the time comes, we use Panell in key situations. And if he don't have it, cut him later in the season. But I don't know if I'd have done it so early.
Right. Shout out Lisa with the 10 bombs that's supporting her faves. Appreciate you. Thanks so much for that. But yeah, here's my thing. I feel like they're kind of using Big Mike Panell in a way, because Mike Panell, I'm pretty sure he didn't really sign with anybody else last time we pulled this stunt. He was just kind of available.
No, if you remember, he came back. We never put him on the roster. He went to the practice squad, and they just activated him for the game, like 5 straight games. Yeah, he just kept going back and forth.
But here's the thing: do they think if they go, later in the season here, they just assume no one's going to sign him or pick him up?
Yeah, I think.
He's an older dude, but he can contribute. So I don't know if that's the case. Either way, I'm not mad at it completely. I do like Mike Panell. Think he's great. I think he'll be back. I almost have a feeling he'll be back. Like, they'll get to that point, and they're like, oh, we're going to need this run stuffer.
Well, a lot of people are talking about Zach Pickens, Steve, and I went and pulled his RAS score today. Zach Pickens is a 9.23 out of South Carolina in 2023. He's, like I said, he was underweight. Now, I feel like I've seen him at a little bit higher weight. I feel like they made him eat some cheeseburgers. Yeah. But he had a really good 40, a really good 20, really good 10-yard. He's pretty athletic, but he has been underwhelming for the Bears, who I think drafted him in the 3rd or 4th round. And here we are 2 years later, and he's gone. So he has very much underperformed, but he thinks, and he said this today, he signed with the Chiefs because he thinks our room is not good enough and that he thinks he can make an impact on this team. So that just kind of tells you how bad the defensive tackle room looks from the outside. It's Chris Jones, Omar Norman-Lott, and a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
even though Jerry Tillery had a pretty good preseason, he's not a run-stuffing guy.
I think that Omar Norman-Lott has a massive opportunity at this position is all I'm saying. If he can play more snaps and actually run defend as well as rush the passer, I think that you'll see a lot of Omar Norman-Lott. I mean, I just think we will. Some of those young guys, they're intriguing, but like you said, they haven't really moved the needle anywhere else. They were kind of underwhelming. I think that you might see another move for defensive tackle. From what I just read that Brett Veach was saying, would you be surprised if they don't make some kind of move for a defensive tackle, like someone more established?
No, I feel like they're looking out for it. Again, they tried to pick up the kid from the Browns. I just don't know what they think they want or who's fitting. And you got to be careful here because they did bring in a bunch of players. They even brought in some defensive ends today. They brought in Ethan Downs, played at Oklahoma. But all these guys kind of remind me of just kind of like the Cam Thomases that they brought in last year right before the season. And guess what? They never got on the field, or if they did, they were very underperforming like Josh Uche. So it's I don't know. I don't think there's anybody you can pick up right now to put on like a practice squad that's really going to make a ginormous impact for your team. I really don't. I think if you pick somebody up and they make a ginormous impact for your team from the practice squad now, you win like GM of the year. But like you said, you could go out and try to go get somebody more established. But what's Brett Veach and them want to give up when it comes to draft capital and stuff to do that. I don't know, and I don't know who they would target.
Right. So, well, what else is going on, Mike? Seen anything else that's been intriguing or anything like that? I know there's been a few moves made. Nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, I wasn't expecting them to really do a whole lot, but I figured, these signings like Zach Pickens and stuff like that, I was kind of expecting some of the little things here and there. But I don't think the Chiefs have really made any like significant moves at all. They kind of, shuffled the roster around the way we thought they were gonna do. Like right after the 53 man was released, and we were like, hey, this is gonna be completely different in a couple days because of this, this, and this. They've done this, this, and this. So I guess the outlier probably was Mike Panell, because we thought they would just kind of put him back on the roster, and they decided to part ways with him.
Well, I think that's the one that fired up the base a little bit. Like, that was the one that was the most confusing. Beyond just, not letting Tanyan make the 53, which
how long
we already
before
knew what that was.
How long before Clyde Edwards-Helaire is active?
I mean, look, I don't think Clyde is a horrible signing to put on the 53.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
It's one of those things, like if Elijah Mitchell does get injured, or let's say Kareem Hunt misses some more time, or even Pacheco, you've got a guy that does know the system pretty well. He was looking a little more like himself, even the year he left with us, and then with the Saints, he was chomping off a few big runs here and there. He looked like he had a little bit of his burst back. I'm not saying he's going back to his rookie season, but I don't think that's a bad guy to have in the locker room, and just somebody that can help work with some of these younger guys too.
Right. Well, the thing about Clyde is he's been there, right? It felt like Clyde played for the team for 25 years, didn't it? I mean, he missed a lot of time, but it seemed like he was always there. So, I mean, the team is definitely comfortable with him. Like, as a teammate, the other guys love Clyde. Like, that's one thing I noticed. Fans didn't really care for him. They thought he was a bust, which, I mean, he was. Let's be honest here. Because they decided to draft him in the first round, even though he wasn't a first rounder. But, I mean, the teammates loved him. And I think Clyde did have flashes of where he could have been good. And we also know that Clyde was a receiving back that didn't get used as such. They tried to make him a bell cow back, which was strange. So, if they have to have someone, if Isaiah Pacheco or Kareem Hunt were to get hurt or something like that, I actually don't think it's that bad that Clyde can just be called up, because it's kind of a seamless transition. Like, here, back at it, Clyde. Just go do what you normally do. I don't think Clyde did anything detrimental when he played. It's just like he underproduced sometimes, right? But if they could get him on the football field.
He's not a guy that's giving you explosive plays. He's not a guy that's moving the needle.
But I think
he's just not a number one back in this league.
I think it could in a pass setting. Like, if they would use him more in the passing.
Yeah. To be the number one back in the league now. He's asked to now just kind of be a leader in the locker room, help these young guys, and then be there if you need it.
Well, the problem was with Clyde was injuries himself, right? So, I mean, if you're not really using them that much and you're only using them when you have to, might not be that bad, honestly. Probably wasn't a bad move by the Chiefs there. Just because, I mean, that running back room, it's been questionable all throughout the offseason, all the way up to the 53-man roster. It's still like, I'm okay with it. I'm comfortable with it. Like, I think Pacheco is the one and Kareem Hunt the two. I think they should get the bulk of the carries. I'm not sold on Elijah Mitchell yet. I'm just not. And Rashard Smith has a lot to prove yet still. He's a 7th-round draft pick. We know that he can do a lot of things and be exciting, and he's very versatile and can do some fun stuff we haven't seen in a long time, probably since Jamal Charles. But we don't know any of that yet. So it's kind of up in the air. So, I mean, a lot of people thought we were going to go draft a guy early because they want a game changer at the running back position. That just isn't how Andy and Brett do things. But I think them being safe and bringing Clyde back was probably just a typical smart, easy move that doesn't hurt anything, but it helps.
Yeah, I agree. I think besides that, there's not really a lot of groundbreaking news here with the 53-man roster and the practice squad. Like, everything's kind of chalked up at this point. It kind of is what it is. I don't think it even moves much from this point out. I think we've seen the majority of the bigger moves. Now, look, there could be something happen randomly, but I think it's kind of set. They knocked off of Kazai Izzard today. They had to move him off, so he got cut, and they cut Hal Presley today to be able to bring in these new guys. So I mean, I thought it was kind of weird that. Okay, here's another one. Let's talk about this one. Dog Petter.
You almost said Dog Peter again, didn't
Dude,
you?
every time with this name, dog, and I know this is why you've made your name that, is to confuse people.
Maybe
like
he
me.
just likes to pet dogs,
I don't
and
think
you're
it
a
is.
pervert.
But I appreciate the 2-bomb. Call Dallas for Mozzie Smith. I've heard we were in on Mozzie Smith. I don't know if I still believe that whole entire smoke they blew during that draft. I don't know.
Where they were trying to get him in the draft there. Yeah,
but
I
it is
remember all
possible.
that.
Maybe that's a guy you could bring in. I mean, it's possible.
Well, I know Mozzie Smith did not live up to the billing. Let's just say
Right.
that. Dallas fans were not impressed. They just wasn't what they thought he was. So I don't know. That's a typical Brett Veach type move, though, right?
Right.
Like, hey, maybe we can make him good here. They do that all the time, man.
Right. So here's the move I was getting ready to talk about. We talked about the Mike Panell. We talked about Robert Tonyan and Mike Edwards, but Edwards is back. Tanyan's now back on the 53. They've done all these moves. Did you find it weird that they initially kept Hal Presley and Jimmy Holiday? Where's Elijah Badger?
Yeah, I thought that was strange too. I don't. What's
No
up with Elijah Badger?
I thought people loved him, and he actually played very well in the preseason. Where's Elijah Badger? Did not even.
That
some
one's
people said
confusing.
that they think he may have turned down the offer. I don't know if Elijah Badger turns down a Chiefs practice squad offer to go to
Yeah.
another practice squad.
That don't
sounds
make a whole
little
lot of
weird.
sense.
He could have. I'm not going to argue that.
I mean,
don't
there's a
know
lot
for
of
sure.
depth there for him to fight through, I suppose. Maybe if you look at it through that lens, like maybe he thought he could go somewhere else and have a shot at actually
And
doing
but
something.
he knows he has inside info on the knee. He has inside info on the suspension. He
Right.
knows Hollywood Brown's history. We all know that. Like, I don't think it was that far fetched that he couldn't have maybe made himself on, to the
Well,
roster at some point.
Here's what I think. I like Elijah Badger too. I think the potential is high with him. He was very productive at Florida. Of course, he's fast and all that, and he looked
But
pretty
you take
good.
Hal Presley.
Here's what I think. I just think he's not as good as people think he is.
I mean, he didn't look bad in the preseason.
He didn't, but I don't think like a lot of people are like, "Oh, Elijah Badger." You know how
Our boy Marcus thought he was making the 53 man.
us as fans, buddy, we know how to really pump up these guys, right? We'll make our fan base made Louis Rees-Zammit the Rookie of the Year last year, and this guy's already quit and playing rugby. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe everybody just pumped him up a little bit too much. Maybe the game's not going to translate. Maybe that's why those scouts get paid big bucks and he didn't get drafted. You know what I'm saying? That could be it. I'm just going to throw that out there. But I thought it was weird, too, because I personally thought he probably had more potential than those other two guys. But I don't know. That's yet to be
Who
determined.
knows?
Old Pop in the house, baby, with the 5 gifted memberships. Let's go.
Let's go.
Old man, if you get one of those, thank him in the chat. Y'all put some legendaries in the chat for the Pop here. Let's go. Look at him. That's what he looks like. He's probably sitting at home right now looking exactly like this, gifting you out 5 memberships.
That's what's happening.
Let's go. TGZ been a member for 21 months now. Says looking forward to Robert Tonyan catching game-winning touchdown against Green Bay in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Steve, a lot of people were fired up because Micah Parsons got traded to the Packers today. They're now picking the Packers to go to the Super Bowl.
Funny story. I've been considering calling the police to have them check on someone for me, like a wellness check.
A Dallas fan that you know?
I know a Dallas fan. He's from Dallas, so he's like a legit one. He's been one since he grew. He was a kid. Obsessed with Micah Parsons. Hates Jerry Jones, to the max. And this happened today, so of course everyone started dogging the guy in the group chat, and you don't hear a peep out of him. So I call him, nothing. They said they saw him speed out of a parking lot, and they never heard anything since. I think we might have to do a wellness check. That's all I'm saying.
He may be driving to Dallas to try to punch Jerry Jones in the face. Who knows?
He's made some potential threats to Jerry Jones before.
Everybody is. Like, look, the world is wild right now to know that, like, if Jerry Jones, who owns the Cowboys, not you, decides to make a move that you literally, I mean, I understand it.
He's
totally
driving
get
to
it.
Dallas as we speak.
It's a horrible. I think they got completely ripped off. You're giving up 2 mid-round, like 21 to 24, is like their like average draft pick over the past like 10 years. So you're getting like 2 mid-20 round picks and a and a defensive end or defensive tackle, it's like 30 years old. That's a ripoff. Like Jerry Jones got taken to the woodshed with this trade. Well, what are you going to do?
It's kind of weird. Like Jerry Jones, like, trust me, I'm not on the Jerry Jones side of this whole situation. I'm not. But at the same time, he did come out and say, if you had any idea how much money I offered him and he turned down, you probably wouldn't be trying to put this on me.
Do you think they offered him what Green Bay offered him, or do you just think Green Bay offered more, or do you just think he was done in Dallas? He just didn't want to sign.
I just think there was too much bad blood there. I don't think it was ever going to happen. I think they got to the point of no return, like Justin Houston style or something. Like eventually it just wasn't going to happen. Like you got to go.
And if you were the Chiefs, do you make that same trade? Do you give up 2 first-round picks? And let's see, the guy they give up was like about as good as Charles Omenihu or Mike Dana. So would you give up Charles Omenihu and 2 first-round picks for Micah Parsons?
I mean, if I wanted to give away 2 first-round picks for a Josh Uche situation, then sure. No, I think
Micah Parsons, you could find a way to use Parsons. I would have gave up 3 first-round picks for Micah Parsons.
Well, here's the thing. You could put him on the edge with his hand in the dirt, and he's going to do some work. Right?
That's my point.
But,
and if you now look at our first-round picks,
think about this for a second.
FAU into that. I mean, we've botched one of these.
Spags would have probably made Micah hit the weight room and eat cheeseburgers and try to run something in the middle.
Yeah, they would have probably done something weird with him.
That's all I'm saying. It's just not our player. Like he doesn't make any sense for the Chiefs.
The 2 first-round picks, if he, let's just say, he could have fixed, something on the defense, he would have been great. That was a very minimal.
Well, anyway, we weren't talking about Micah Parsons. We were talking about Big Bob Tonyan here. You think he's going to catch the game winner in Super Bowl 60, baby?
I don't know about that.
You think he'll still be on the team by the time they get to the Super Bowl?
Maybe. Maybe.
We'll see.
I don't think Green Bay gets there. I don't think I have Micah Parsons moving the needle for him that much.
I don't think I have Jordan Love ever getting to the Super Bowl, but let's just go with that. Two Bomb from Tony says, how many members do we have now? Mike. Ian, can you pull that up, please?
Yeah. Ian, look it up.
Let me know how many members we got. We'll find out, Tony. Appreciate the support, brother. Yeah, man. It's been crazy so far. I mean, it's definitely not been boring in the NFL world. Lots of things going on there. Mike, shout out our boy Swayze Bozeman. He got cut from the Bears, but now he's on the Giants now. What about that? He's still floating around.
Yeah, I talked with Swayze today. I actually told him congrats. He was like, thanks. He still loves Chiefs Kingdom. He actually thought that the Chiefs were maybe going to reach out for practice squad consideration when he got cut, just like we did, but didn't happen. So he's going to go take
I wouldn't have been surprised about it. I wouldn't have been surprised because they used him in critical games last year. So just to have him stashed on the practice squad would have been okay.
Yeah,
one other thing, another guy that doesn't play for the Chiefs or associated with the Chiefs anymore, but Halsey actually got cut from the Vikings.
Yes.
After once again leading the league in picks
in the preseason. Dude, something is
that dude can't catch a break. He can't catch a break, brother.
Yeah, he can't.
He's got that all chiefed up luck, baby. That's what it is. The Williams luck.
He got it because we like him. So that's
we curse people.
That's all you have to do.
We decided to give away a signed Mike Panell football on our members only live stream, which will be tomorrow night, by the way, or not tomorrow night. Sorry, Saturday night. Don't listen to me. Saturday night. But we cursed them. They turned around, and cut them.
Yeah,
they're like,
the
you know
Chiefs
what?
are like, out of nowhere, Mike Panell, you are not going to give a football to all chiefed up to give away. And
you get out of here. If you're going to support them two idiots, you're out of here.
Tony, there's 190 members.
We got to do better than that, guys.
Which is complete ass.
We got to do better than that.
That's ass. Yeah. We should be at 1,000 members. With 50,000 subscribers on this channel, we should have at least 1,000 members. What is that, like 5%?
We got to build that crew up. Did you say 5%?
What's 5% of 50,000?
2,500?
Okay, so 10% would be 5,000. So, okay, 2,500. You're only 2,400 away or 2,300 away.
This is why we talk about football, not math on this channel.
Exactly. We're not math professors, okay?
The math ain't mathin', baby.
The math ain't mathin'. Don't care.
Cole said he's got a 25-year high school reunion coming up. Good luck, buddy. 25 years is nuts. I was thinking about that the other day, man. My 20-year reunion just went down, I think, like not long ago. That's how old we are. We're talking
Yeah.
20 years outside of. Jeez. What's happening with our lives?
You've spent more time outside of school than you have in school
Oh,
at this
yeah.
point. So
We all
you're
have.
We're all on the decline there, Steve.
I'd be willing to bet that 90% of this chat right now is in that same boat, brother. We're in that same boat. Shout out Nikki with the 5 bomb here. Says Kelsey going to catch that game-winning touchdown in Super Bowl 60 and give it to his future wife. He'll say, "Hey there, Taylor Swift, have this football." What do you think about that one, Mike? Is Robert
Maybe.
Tonyan more likely to catch a Super Bowl winning touchdown than Travis Kelsey? I just happen to think that Travis Kelsey would be that guy because I was talking about that today. We were out buying some shoes for our son. He starts preschool tomorrow, and I was like, let's go get him some fresh kicks, right? Let's go do that. You know, we already got the clothes. Let's get him some shoes. So we passed an American Eagle store plastered with Kelsey. Brother.
Yeah, he just released a deal.
Everywhere. It's like
They had
this,
enough of Sydney Sweeney. They
you
had to move on
can't
to
go.
Travis Kelce.
No, she was there too. It was the Sweeney and Kelsey show.
Brittany
Boom, boom,
just
boom, boom, boom,
released an Abercrombie line today. Like it feels like
Well,
all
here's
the
all I was saying.
cheerleaders and the athletes from high school are getting their clothing lines developed this week. What's happening?
All I'm saying is Kelsey is everywhere. I got a GQ magazine in the mail. I don't even subscribe to it, and Kelsey's on there,
Yeah,
which
I
is
get
funny,
random magazines from random people. Now.
right? So I got him, and then he's there, then he's everywhere. He's everywhere, and I was like, well, when you're winning, you're winning. Like things just continuously go perfect for the life of Travis Kelsey, right? Just everything's great,
You can't lose
great.
right now.
So I think he's gonna catch this pass. I'm with Nikki.
I think
When you're
maybe
winning, you're winning.
The Eagles' Super Bowl loss was the first amount of adversity he had to face in probably like 2.5 years. And I think that was enough. God was like, no, not for Travis Kelsey. No, how dare he? Give this man everything.
He's marrying a billionaire.
He woke up today and his penis grew 7 inches.
It did.
Just out of the blue.
He
hit
just
the
went in
growth
there. He
spurt.
went straight to the locker room and whipped it out for Chris Jones to make him sad.
He said, it's
he
over,
said,
Big Daddy.
What about
Look,
now, baby? What about
Look,
now?
I don't know what's happening, and I don't know how we got so far off the rails. But let's get back to football.
Yeah, let's do it. Duncan says left field question since we're already out in the weeds. But anyone know if the Chiefs have done a medical evaluation on Christian Wilkins? I think they did an evaluation on Christian Wilkins where he kisses his teammates in the locker room and was like, "That's probably not good for
That's
the team."
what I heard. Is that true?
That's
Did
how-
somebody
that's-
make that up.
No, that's literally why they cut him.
But you know for sure.
He kissed a dude on the forehead.
But you know for sure.
I mean, that's what was reported everywhere, and he didn't come out and say he didn't do it.
Was it a joke? You don't kiss someone sexually on the forehead.
Well, apparently he jokes around a lot like that. He's the same dude that grabbed Josh Allen's schlong in the pile down there.
Well, that's
if you
what I'm
remember.
trying to say. Like, I don't see like a forehead smooth.
I just
being
don't
like
think that's the kind of joke they want to have in a locker room.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm just
arguing
gonna throw
it. I'm
that
just
out
saying,
there.
I just didn't know if that was true or not. I'd heard about that.
Charles, if you go back to the beginning, we did this big talk about Jalen Royals. They're saying that he's not going to be ready for week 1. But then there was conflicting reports that he is going to be ready for week 1. But we don't know if he's going to be ready for week 1, brother. That was the sum of it.
Dun,
Anyway,
dun, dun.
Kevin Capel doesn't like the CEH move. He said most stupid move since drafting the Super Bus, bringing him back. I don't know. I don't hate it, Kevin, for like emergency purposes. But I mean, otherwise, I mean, if they put him out there, make him active, and actually give him the ball,
Well, let's be
then,
honest.
then
How
we'll have
many
a talk.
carries does CH get this season? Like, what would you put the over under at? Like 20 top?
Yeah,
And I would
yeah.
probably pick an under on that.
That's if somebody got hurt, right?
Yeah, and I'd probably pick the under.
Yeah, I think so. What were you going to say?
I don't even know.
Oh, come on. You said let's talk about football like you had something important to talk about.
I didn't. I didn't
Oh,
have
good
anything
grief.
to talk about, actually. Look, football is footballing right now. We're seeing a lot of chaoticness. This is the time, in my opinion, I feel like when the league gets more chaotic, Brett Veach goes to sleep. And he waits for
Usually, but I feel
midnight.
like he's been a little active.
He waits for midnight.
I feel like yeah, that's true too. He likes to
waits-
operate at night.
Yes, he operates when everybody else does not
He's a
operate.
freaking vampire.
So look, he'll let the Micah Parsons thing. That's going to take the news cycle for the next 2 or 3 days. Could they trade for somebody at defensive tackle? It is a possibility. But Steve, they've had all offseason looking at these same kids, and they didn't think it was a big deal up until week 3 of the preseason, and then they scramble. And to me,
For the defensive tackle, but you've been talking about it since like last season?
yeah.
Yeah, no. Weird, huh?
Yeah. I've been saying this is a big, big hole for 3 years. So I don't know. And then to try to draft someone and try to move them around and do what they don't do, it's just weird.
Very strange. Buck Lissa says, Andy said he's ready to go, talking about Jalen Royals. Man, I mean, who is Nate Taylor to come out and try to argue with Andy Reid? He got that job at ESPN. He lost his mind. He's like, no.
Look, here's the thing.
He's not ready. You shut up, Andy.
People dog us because, hey, you're just two idiots in a basement, which we're not even in basements, by the way. Cole's in a basement.
Or are we?
Cole's in a basement. We're in rooms. Well, yeah, you are technically in a basement, I think. It just don't feel like a basement. It's like a half basement. You're like a lair. You're like a lair. But yeah, we're 2 idiots, don't know anything, just 2 guys that want to make a podcast. Like, they forget that we hit 97% of the roster every freaking year. We hit every draft pick just about, like, way more than anybody else. We had the guys.
Toot, baby, toot.
Look, we have team beat writers like freaking Matt Derrick, and you had, what's his name that we just talked about, the guy at ESPN.
Nathan Taylor.
Nate Taylor. These guys were allowed to be in the rooms with the Chiefs, allowed to be at all the practices that normals like us can't get into. And they were trying to preach to us that Bailey Zappi could possibly take Gardner Minshew's job in the preseason.
Absurd.
What are we doing? Like, this is why it's hard to trust them, but yet we get the hate. Like, we get the hate. It's like, I've never claimed to
Well,
be
Matt Derrick said.
Right. I've never once got on here and been like, well, when I was in the practice room today, I've never mentioned to be an insider. Like, we don't even live in the state.
But
we have
Matt
enough
Derrick
common
said,
sense.
no, Mike, you're being an idiot right now.
Right. Well, Nick Jacobs works at KSHB.
No hate to these
care.
people, by the way. No hate.
I don't have hate. But the problem is like, I still don't trust a lot of what they say. And
I understand what you're saying. It's
by
like
the word of God is like what they say, and it's like you have to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
they're not
it is
always right.
It's quite confusing that they have such access and still can't really report things
Which
correctly.
to me is a Chiefs front office thing. Andy and the team likes to be very secretive over these smallest, most insignificant moves. Like, it does not matter week 1. It is not going to change the Chargers' game plan if they know Jalen Royce is going to play or not. Like, he's not going to shift the needle.
I mean,
that
why
much.
keep everything so close to the vest, though?
Right. So that tells me that somebody doesn't know, or they got bad info, or something's going on. But either way, I didn't report it. I'm just telling you what it is. But at the end of the day, somehow I'll get in trouble for reporting it.
Ray says, Mike and Steve, should the Chiefs go after Mike Hilton? Hell no, brother. That's the guy that coined Burrowhead. He is not allowed near Kansas
Is that
City.
Paris Hilton's brother?
Yeah. Well, he stinks
Mike
anyway.
Hilton, bro. No,
We don't want him, Ray
hell
Ray.
No. Look, I may get my okay. Yeah, let's bring Hilton in, put him on the practice squad, and just use him as a tackle dummy for a week with a little sign that says. And by the way, let's go ahead and tattoo Burrowhead.
Welcome to
on his
Burrowhead.
Yeah, let's put that on his forehead too. Like,
Oh,
okay,
man.
bring him in.
It sucks because, like, you know, no matter how good he could be or how much he could help, no.
Don't want him. Don't
Don't want
care.
him.
Don't want him.
I don't care if he was the next Jalen Ramsey. Just
Hope
keep
he
him
wakes
away.
up tomorrow and stumps his toe
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah,
Just
Ray
over
Ray.
and over again.
Ray, you forgot about that, huh? I don't forget things like that. I'm one of those people. Like, I'm a very vengeful person. I remember things for very long periods of time. I'll wait silently in the weeds. I'll get you back, dude.
Are you like an elephant? You're like the elephant of hate. You don't forget
Something like
anything.
that. I've been that way my whole life. Like, I will remember things from years ago, and when I can get mine, I'll get it. Like, I don't know why. But yeah, that's what I would do.
You're just a piece of crap. That's what
Yes,
you're
Valerie.
being
I'm
right
just
now.
petty. I'm just petty, Valerie. I can't help it.
You're just a petty little POS, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, we got a
Should try it
Spags
sometime.
Spags Burner, Chiefs in Music City over on X. He writes on the Clyde situation, Steve, says, Clyde to the practice squad actually makes a good bit of sense. Having a backup running back around that knows the system well enough to step in if there's a string of injuries makes great sense. So a lot of people are, I think that CEH move is kind of like a 50-50 move with Chiefs Kingdom. I think a lot of people are burned over the draft selection still. But, I mean, at this point, who's worse, Clyde Edwards-Helaire or FAU?
Well,
Clyde at least give us a rookie season that was good. FAU's give us 0 at this point, and he's now played the same amount of time.
Much, much worse pick than Clyde.
I think this season is the third. Yeah. Like, how many years did Clyde play here?
And let me say this: I'll be the
4 or 3?
I'll be the first to admit it. Like, I thought Felix was going to be okay. I wasn't sold on him being a first-round pick, but I thought he was good. So I mean, but with that being said, he's the worst first-round pick, way worse than Clyde.
Do you think he's worse than who's the other kid that ended up going to CFL? What was his name? Why can't I think of his name? He sucked so bad. Can't even think of his name. He ended up getting bounced around. I think he went to San Francisco, went to the CFL, had a few sacks.
A running back? Oh, you're talking about
a defensive end.
Breland Speaks?
Speaks. Who's worse, Speaks or FAU? I don't even remember Speaks' name, bro.
Well, Breland Speaks was a second-round pick, at least.
Yeah, true. He was a second rounder, wasn't he?
And I think he actually played more than Felix.
We traded out of the first that year, didn't we?
I've seen a couple people in the chat, Mike, ask if there were to be an injury in the running back room, which I'm going to preface this with, in a perfect world, we're looking at Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, and Brashard Smith for the most part, and Elijah Mitchell if we have to, right? But if we had to dig into the practice squad, who's coming up first? Is it going to be Carson Steele or Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
That's a good question. I don't know. I would think Carson.
You think it would depend on the situation? Like, who got hurt? If Kareem Hunt gets hurt, I feel like they bring in Carson Steele. If
Pacheco got hurt, it
might be Clyde
because he can do a little. But look, Carson Steele's pretty versatile too. He can catch out of the backfield.
We can't protect the quarterback.
Might be a little bit better of a QB protector.
Yeah, I think. Well, just about all of them are better than Carson Steele at that. That's the reason why he's on the practice squad.
Someone tried to tell me yesterday that Carson Steele was awesome at QB protection.
Well, they need to watch some games, brother, because they haven't watched. That's why he's on the practice squad. You have to think, man, if Carson Steele could protect the quarterback, he would have had way more carries last season.
Yeah, that's why he got taken out.
Everybody's so like surface level that they're like, oh, well, he fumbled the ball twice. And it's like, dude, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Patrick Mahomes getting up and yelling at him in the middle of the field because he can't protect him. That was it. Everybody knows that. You got to keep Mahomes' jersey clean, brother. They got to do that this year. I think with a revamped offensive line, you know, we're still going to have our setbacks because God forbid the Chiefs have just a flawless year, right, with nothing going on. But, yeah, you got the Rashee Rice suspension. You got the Jalen Royals thing nobody's sure about. But, I mean, either way, I think we have a revamped offensive line that I think as a whole can maybe be a step up from last year because Josh Simmons is a game changer. I mean, yes, Joe Tooney was an all-world, all-pro, one of the best to ever do it left guards, and we lost him, and we're replacing him with a young guy like Kingsley. But I still think that the left tackle moves the needle so much that we still are a better offensive line if things pan out okay, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm excited about the offense. I think they can take a step forward this year for sure. We've seen a couple years of stagnant offense. I think it's time to get it back going again, man. And plus, Tyreek Hill's coming back. Haven't you heard? Everybody's talking about it.
What?
That's all I keep reading. Everybody want to go get Tyreek Hill back. I don't understand.
Why?
They can't let him go. Well, I think the reason why is I read today he was married for 15 months and got a divorce, and now he has to pay $50,000 a month in alimony, a $500,000 check up front, and he has to pay for the law fees. So maybe he's going to have to get a better job somewhere. Or second, maybe he can pull double duty, play for the Dolphins and the Chiefs, get 2 contracts. You think?
Yeah. Do you know that the Chiefs, by the way, have now dipped into the 2023 defensive tackle class? This now makes their 4th dip into this class. They have actually had stints now with Siaki Ika from Baylor. If you remember him, he was on the practice squad, I want to say last year at some point.
Yeah.
He signed in December, and he signed a futures contract, and he was actually waived and everything all the way at June of this year. So we had already taken a look at him. They now have Zach Pickens, who was a 4th-round projection. They drafted Keandre Coburn, who was a complete disaster, a bust pick.
He can't
they
stay
now
anywhere.
have Broderick Martin, who stinks and got cut, but let's hope he finds a second home here. Steve, they've tried this 2022 or 2023 defensive tackle draft class now. This is the 4th dip into this. And the funny thing is that we said at the end of the first round, and a lot of people want us to trade for Mozzie Smith, who's also kind of been a bust.
Yeah.
He's been a bust for Dallas, to be honest. But there was 2 guys out of this class that actually looks really good, and we liked both of them. One of them was on our show, Kalijah Cansey, who I think is going to have a monstrous breakout year this year for the Bucks. And then Keanu Benton out of Wisconsin. Those may be the 2 best ones besides Jalen Carter, maybe Brian Brisset. He was drafted with the Saints. But take away Carter and Brisset, Benton and Cansey might have been the 2 best ones, and we were begging for the Chiefs to look at them. And those were 2 guys that I feel like Benton might have been somebody they went to look at, but they decided against that one.
The Kalijah Cansey one was a whiff. That was the pick.
Yeah, Cansey was good, and I think he's.
That's why we
really
had him
good
on the
this year.
show, man. We were trying to coax him a little bit, like, hey.
But we cursed him. Why did we put him on the show?
That's
we
what
knew
happened.
as soon as Brett seen that, he said, "Nay, nay."
Duncan, Mozzie Smith worse than Noddy? No. I think Mozzie on
No,
just
I think
potential
surely-
alone is more valuable than Noddy.
Surely he got to be better than him.
Yeah. Something else that I saw, Mike, I think that the Packers traded a 6th-round pick for Darian Kennard.
Yeah, the Packers are doing. The Packers.
So think
they
about
got
that.
him.
We let him go, and somehow
Yeah.
the Eagles get a 6th-round pick for him.
Right.
How?
The
What are we
Eagles have
doing?
actually been trading like crazy. They went out and got another backup quarterback. They traded for John Mechie III. Everybody just keeps trading with the Eagles. Eagles just keep going and getting everybody.
I just think that's another whiff, right? I mean, you had a guy on a
Kennard-
team
Yeah,
that
Kennard
could
was a
have.
whiff.
Could Kennard have not already been playing that guard position?
Wait, hold up. We need to talk about this. We've not been live.
Ooh,
Steve, we've not
uh-oh.
been live since this happened, and we have yet to get our people's
Mike,
thoughts on this.
You just got real horned up. What is
I
it?
did.
What is it?
What? Let me know in the chat, ladies and gents, what you
Better.
think about Brett Veach's decision to drop Esa Pole and have him get claimed before we can get him on the 53-man. Keep in mind, they could have used the IR stunt they pulled with Jake Brenningstool. They could have used it the way they pulled it with Brandon George.
And they
could have
kept
used it with
Wanye
Najee
Morris on the
Johnson.
roster.
And they kept frickin' Wanye Morris again. And Esa Pole, I mean, look, Esa Pole is kind of a
Willie
kinda
gave
like-
a 2-bomb at that one,
yeah.
buddy. He
Look,
said,
Pole
yeah.
is a project. There's no doubt he was a project. He's not even played football that long. But Steve, at this point, he's a better prospect than even Wanye Morris, for Christ's sakes, at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I think this was a huge whiff by Brett Veach. They were doing all these hoops all day long to keep Jake Brenningstool. And Jake Brenningstool's not getting picked up, Steve. He had a good pass camp with us. The dude was a UDFA. There was a few teams interested in him, but do you really think he was going to set out the entire preseason, have no film, and somebody's going to come in and put him on the 53-man roster? I
Right.
don't see it.
Real quick, I
Esa
just wanted to
Pole
tell
at
Willie,
least
thank
went out
you.
there.
We weren't.
Willie.
Yeah, we appreciate you,
brother.
buddy.
But yeah, Esa
You were
Pole
so
was at
horny
least-
about Pole.
Right. I got pulled up over Pole. And I'm going to tell you, at least he went out in the preseason and put together like 47 straight snaps.
She forgot
with
Pole
nothing.
too.
Dude, I'm telling you, I honestly think the Esa Pole thing and that's a little bit more. Which one's worse, the Esa Pole or the Mike Panell thing? Like, what surprised you the most out of those two? I honestly
Esa
think
Pole?
maybe not signing back Panell though might be a bigger surprise.
Here's my thing, and I'll say this about Esa Pole too. Massive project. I've been telling people that the
He's a
entire
project,
offseason.
but he was worth at least
Very
a stash.
raw. Very raw. I'll get to that. So maybe he wasn't as good as we perceived, just from what we've seen. Maybe he's not. I'm not going to argue that we know more than the coaching staff. They've seen a lot more of him than we did, right?
Exactly.
But from what we did see, the guy was a freaking monster. He was a tree trunk over there. He had 0 pressures against him the entire freaking preseason.
And he's still learning.
And that was with him at left tackle. There's so much potential for that kid. And like I said, he was very raw. He just did that off of natural ability alone. Like,
Right. And we've seen
coach
Wanye.
that kid, and what could he have been?
Look, we've seen Wanye play left tackle. That is not something I want to look at. Like, I think you could have coached Pole up a lot better, and Wanye's got a future at the left tackle spot.
Yeah. Shout out our girl Valerie with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, Valerie.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
Valerie.
Thank you for all your support. You're awesome, by the way. But yeah, dude, it's just crazy. I thought that was a bad move too. I think that he definitely showed that he needed to be a stash. Like, I was okay with him going to the practice squad, not making the 53-man roster. That's okay with me. But how do you just not even, like, I don't know. They should have pulled something if they thought someone was going to nab him up.
And you know what really burns my ass? Look,
Tell
let's
us
talk
what
about
burns
this
your
thing.
ass, Mike.
Look,
Taco
I'm just
Bell?
on a monumental, pissed off rage
Ooh, the
tonight.
gears are grinded.
Look, this is another thing. Everybody comes at us and blah, 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 and you think you're insiders, you think you're this. I've never once claimed that, ever in the history of the channel. Me and Steve, why have we started this channel, Steve? We said because we're football fans of the Chiefs.
For the fans, baby.
That are diehard. We do this all day, every day for freaking free, to be honest, at the end of the day. And what happens? Like, so much hate, so much vitriol. That's the first thing people will say about us if they hate us, right? They just come after us. So then you get guys like Darren Smith, who went to journalism school, and he reports on the Chiefs, and he's going to start whatever. And look, I have nothing personally against Darren Smith. But when he comes out and says stupid shit, like, just straight up, this is what it is. It's stupid shit. And let me post it on the screen, because he posted this up today. Yeah, let's go, baby.
The red's coming out on that neck, baby.
This is what he
Poppin'.
posted today on, and this wasn't directed at us by any means, because I'd have told him where he could go. But other than that, he posted this up today towards Chiefs Kingdom. This is what he posted to Chiefs Kingdom. Let me make it a little bigger for you so you can see it. He says, please leave the GM duties to Brett Veach, Chiefs Kingdom. He's the only one actually getting paid to do it. No one cares about the social media general managers on X over at Arrowhead One with his little smug-ass gif, okay? Let me tell you something, Darren Smith, okay? Look, I'm not going to tell anybody out here that you're not allowed to have an opinion, that you can't try to critique Brett Veach. That's what makes football in the NFL fun. It's because it's an interactive, fun thing for people to do. Is everybody right? No. I've seen the stupidest takes ever out there. I've made some stupid takes in my life. Everybody's got their things. But to be like an arrogant news writer that comes out and is like, well, I went to college and I'm allowed to have takes, but everybody on X is not allowed to have a take. Leave it to GM Brett Veach. Oh, let me tell you something. Brett Veach, love Brett Veach, but he's made some really asinine moves. He's made a few of them, okay? He's made a lot better ones than he's made sucky. But I think everybody's allowed to have an opinion. And to shame people for that really pisses me off. And it really bothers me. Like, people in his position shouldn't be saying stuff like that, in my opinion.
Bothers me too. So this is for him.
Suck it! Suck it! We got 2 words for you! Suck it!
Put some suckets in the chat for Darren.
Look,
what's his last name?
Nothing against Darren Smith. I'm
Smith.
sure he's a nice
Darren
dude.
Smith.
But don't come at people for having opinions.
Don't tell us what we can
about
say.
Esa Pole and Mike Panell, and maybe fans out there wanted to go back and get, maybe people wanted to go get Micah Parsons. Cool, let them say it. Like, who cares? Like,
What do you
you're
want? A
not
bunch
an-
of who wants fans that don't care enough to say things
right?
like that?
Do we just want a bunch of bandwagon like silence cheerleaders on the sideline that just? How boring would it be every day to watch football if you're not allowed to have an opinion about it?
Darren Smith's trying to turn us into the Minnesota Vikings, brother.
Yeah. We don't
That's
want
what
those
he's doing.
stupid horny hats they have. These little horny hats. I don't want it.
Shout out Peter Ortiz, been a member for 10 months. Let's go. Peter's a freaking legend, by the way. And then we got Willie Taylor with a 5 bomb, says need ACU opinion. From what we know and have seen from GMs Howie Roseman or Brett Veach, who are the best in the league, Veach is a beast, but can whiff. Yeah, I mean, I think they all do. You can't
seen
you can't bat
Roseman
1,000, right?
Roseman's whiffed very frequently, I believe he had a little whiff. I don't remember what it was.
What
but
did he get
it
a
was
whiff of there?
It was a slight bit of a whiff of ass. Okay, that's what he whiffed.
Appreciate the 5, Willie.
He did whiff on something just the other day. It was kind of crappy. It was the pick he traded for Kenyon Martin. Remember they traded the Texans for Kenyon Martin, that guard, and then they ended up giving him up for like a 6th-round pick or something. That was kind of crappy. So I think he actually lost that one in the end. So people miss. Look, I'm not dogging. I don't hate Brett Veach. I love Brett Veach. I don't want anybody else to be my GM but Brett Veach. But I can say that him making hula hoop style maneuvers last week
Can
just
I,
to keep Najee Johnson on the roster is ignorant when you just kind of watch Esa Pole get claimed. Like, it's weird.
Can
weird energy.
Can I bring up something about Howie Roseman?
Yeah, Roseman it up.
Jalen Reagor before Justin Jefferson.
Right. Yeah, that was a horrible one.
And he drafted Nelson Aguilar really high, too. So, I mean, it's just very difficult to just get in there bat 1,000.
Right.
I mean, it is.
It is. Brett Veach, when he's missed, he's missed. Brett Veach is...
okay, so wouldn't you say that taking Jalen Reagor ahead of Justin Jefferson is a bigger whiff than anything that Brett Veach has done?
I think so. Like, the only thing we've got close is Hardman over DK.
Yeah, and I think that's worse.
Maybe Sky over
Pickens.
But
those are those are minuscule.
Pickens, though, right? We traded out of the pick, and then Pickens got picked.
Those are minuscule compared to missing out on Justin Jefferson for Jalen Reagor.
Yeah, for Jay Jettas, you missed him for Jalen Reagor.
That might be the worst.
Where did he even play? Did Reagor play at TCU? You went and got a TCU wide receiver? Give me a good TCU wide receiver not named Jack Besh over the past 5 years.
He was horned up for them Horned Frogs, baby. That's all it was. Yeah, I don't know. Both great GMs, though, by the way. I think Roseman kind of excels in just drafting Georgia players most of the time because he's like, hey, they're the best college team, we'll hit. Yeah. And then on top of that, he knows how to work the salary cap to where it's basically non-existent for them.
Well, look, we drafted FAU a few years ago, kind of whiffed on it. He drafted Nolan Smith a few years ago out of Georgia. Whiffed on that one. Nolan Smith's been injured and hasn't played nothing.
Are you kidding me? Did you see him last year in the playoff run?
Yeah, but he had whiffed like all the way up till then.
But he came back with a vengeance.
Yeah, true. But he's got to put it together for a bigger time. What did Nolan Smith actually do? I didn't even think Nolan Smith got back on the field.
Nolan Smith is out there, buddy. He is good pass rusher. Yes, sir. Yeah. He's definitely not in the Felix category. Let's put it that way.
I'm going to look. I do know he missed a lot of time, though. So that was my thing. Like, he had missed a lot of time.
Legos in the house. Where you been, brother? You gotta stop working so damn much. What's up, my man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you stopped in.
Okay, he did get back last year. He actually had 7 sacks.
Yeah, okay. He's getting better and better.
I'll give him that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's going to be good. But
what was his deal? Did he miss his rookie season? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think he had some kind of big injury. Just kind of
there's some kind of big injury that happened. But I mean, guess that's really not
tough.
His problem either.
Yeah, that's tough. That's just bad luck. Oh, yeah. K. Wayne points out CEH over Jonathan Taylor. That one was pretty rough, too.
Yeah, that's a crappy one. But is Jonathan Taylor a Chiefs-style running back, though? Like, would we have actually used him the way he should have been used?
I don't know. But I still think he would have probably done more than Clyde. Later, Tony. Appreciate you, buddy. Go get some sleep, brother. Yeah, I still think Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson is the worst. If you count all of them, I still think it's the worst. Just me.
Yeah, I think he's the generational guy of every one of those, right?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. Well, guys, we appreciate y'all for being here. Do us a favor, hit the like button if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, you should do that. Absolutely. 55% of the people that watch our channel are not subscribed to the channel. We got to change that. We got to change that. Y'all hit that sub button if you haven't. Share us out with your friends. Do whatever, help the channel grow. We're pushing on that 50,000 subscribers, but we want to make this a huge year. Huge year. So help your boys out. Also, if you'd like to join and be a member of the channel, we're doing our members only live stream on Saturday night, giving away a signed Mike Panell football. We jinxed him, but we're still going to give it away. We'll be giving that away. Just go to join.allchiefedup.com and you can join for $4.99 a month, which is cheaper than, just about anything these days.
A little Mike Panell action.
Yeah. I like that. Maybe
Why
I'll
does his
keep that for
signature
myself.
look like it says DP?
All their signatures are fun.
Maybe
They're
it's
so
Don.
random.
Oh, Don Panell, the guy we used to know growing up.
It could be. It could
I
be.
don't know why I'm playing around with a
dude,
Mike
Jack
Panell
Crack.
signed football.
Jack Crack, thanks for bringing up merchandise. Merch.allchiefedup.com. You can go get you a nice shirt over there or something. That helps the channel out. Merch.allchiefedup.com. He asked about the Mike Sexy shirt.
Oh, yeah, that needs to be.
You know what? I think I'm
Get
just
that on the store.
I'm just gonna have to set aside the time to get it done. Like, you know what? Everything else can go to the side because this is more important. Okay?
You hear that? I think you should. Should we get it on posters too?
Yeah.
I can't get this in the package, bro. There we go.
Damn, Lego. I hate to hear that, brother.
What happened? What did I miss?
He said his brother just passed away, so
That's
he's been
horrible
dealing with
news.
that. Yeah, that sucks.
Horrible news, brother. Praying for you. Appreciate you being here and even coming by to let us know, man.
Yeah, man, that sucks, man. Everybody, keep your thoughts and prayers with Lego through this time because that's lame. I don't know about that. Kind of depressed me just now.
Kind of just ended on a depressing note there. But
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it back. We'll get it back.
you know. Well, look, tougher for Lego than us.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, brother.
Yeah, for sure. K Wayne, I'm gonna get these back on the store right now too, because I mean we might as well get ahead of the game, baby.
Yeah,
Everybody
just go
needs
throw 'em back.
those. Everybody needs those for the holiday season. But anyway, get your questions in while you're doing all that fun stuff. You know, liking the video and subscribing and buying things and helping us out. You can also put a question in the chat. We'll be here for a few more minutes tonight, and then we're gonna get out of here. I got little man starting preschool tomorrow, so I got double get everybody to school duty in the morning. That's gonna be fun,
Yeah, that's
brother.
So
My
you got a free
life
day
is
tomorrow?
nuts.
You just got a free day, though. Once
No.
you get everybody in.
That's what you think. But you know what's going to happen is I'm going to get up and get everybody to school, and then we're going to work. Me and you are going to work all the way until
Yeah.
I pick him up from preschool because he gets out early. And
What
then
time
the
does he
other
get
ones
out?
get 1, I think. And then the other kids get out at 2:30. And then I got to, it's just, it never ends, brother. It never
Yeah, true.
ends. Only somebody as tough as me could pull this off. You know?
Steve, shut up.
Yeah. Let's go. We will be working on a video for you tomorrow, guys. Saturday, we'll have our normal video release coming out Saturday. We'll do the Behind Enemy Line segment. So be on the lookout for that bad boy. And yes, members only live stream on Saturday night. So I don't know if we have a time yet. We'll post it. We'll post it ahead of time. That way me and Mike can figure that one out. We'll hash
It's
that
obviously
out.
going to be at nighttime.
Yeah, we're not going to do it at 6 a.m.
Maybe.
Just throw everybody out. Well, I mean, you missed it. You weren't there. We had the members only live stream, but you were sleeping.
It's okay.
It's your loss. But yeah, we're going to give away that Mike Panell signed football. We got some more fun stuff to give away to you guys in the next coming months. We've the players really hooked us up with some stuff, so it's going to be good. So get over there and get your membership. How about it? Joined at allchiefedup.com. Let's see here. TGZ says, when is a Chiefs Chargers pregame live stream? Is that game on a Friday freaking night?
Yeah, and look.
So I
what
guess
they're
the Thursday
forgetting-
night stream like this will technically be
Yeah,
it.
It'll probably
Yeah.
be it. So on the 4th. So next Thursday, probably. Steve, look, I think if I'm not mistaken, on September 5th, high school football kicks off around the country.
It does. I saw
Now,
someone
look,
complaining about that
You
on
don't
X.
F with high school football. Like, there's going to be a lot of people out there watching that, and not a lot of people, they'll TiVo this game or do whatever they got to do, but they're not going to miss their children playing kickoff of high school football. So,
Well,
That
I
was a
see.
wild
I'm kind of on the
decision by
other.
the NFL.
It is, but I'm kind of on the other side of the fence because I feel like people are more hardcore about the NFL than high school football. So I'm going to be
Their
there to
own
root
kids.
on. I'm going to be there to root on little Johnny. But over here on my phone, I'm watching the Chiefs play. I ain't watching that bad football on the high school field. I'm watching the Chiefs, brother.
man, I don't know, dude.
Even
gotta
if I
figure
was
out
a
what-
coach, I would
what
be on the
state,
sideline
too.
watching the Chiefs.
Chiefs got a big presence probably in like Oklahoma, Texas.
See,
Those
Witchy
are
knows.
some big high school states. for
Witchy
football.
knows. Oh yeah. Hey, we're definitely gonna have the pregame show next Thursday night. Not gonna miss that, Flapjack. We'll be here. We'll be here. All right,
Yeah, Nikki
guys.
said it's on YouTube. You can't record it. Well, I guess you get a replay. Do you get a replay at least?
Oh, is it a YouTube game?
Yeah, it's the YouTube kickoff.
That's weird. Why are they just why are they doing things like this?
Do you have to pay for it?
No, I'm sure it's just free on YouTube, right?
If it's free on YouTube, why don't they let like streamers like us air the game and do like cool like
That
stuff
would be
for it?
awesome. Like we could just have the game on our screen and talk about it. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
and like you do,
But they
live
won't let
stream
that
with it,
happen.
but they won't let it happen. But
God
why?
forbid
Like, it's
you
the
do that.
same, Oh, I guess because they can't take all the money from you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess so. Tony gave us a 2-bomb. Said good night, my guys.
appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate you, my man. Thanks for your support. Thanks for all the support, guys. Anybody
Everybody
that donated,
wants my mic up, Steve.
gave out membership. Mike's always talking real quiet, guys. I'm with
I am
you.
telling you,
I'll listen to the replays, and it's like Mike's always just real quiet.
my microphone is up about as loud as I can get it. Like I'm honest. Like I could turn it up to here, but let me tell you something.
Whoa.
That's the next level up. So I have no choice.
Why is it so touchy?
I don't know. Like I've literally got it at the highest I could get it without it going breaking eardrums.
I'll turn mine down, and everybody
Yeah,
can
I
turn
think
their
you're
volume
just
up.
too loud, and it causes people to turn their volume down.
I
They
don't-
can't hear me, dude.
Don't-
I am blaring.
Hey,
My-
don't
my
let Mike
system
put
says
this
I'm
off on
peaking.
me, by the way.
Steve, here's the thing. My system has me borderline peaking, so I cannot come up. So the only solution is you have
I
to
turned
go
it.
down.
I came up with the solution.
But I'm just saying, I've said this weeks ago, and everybody's like, just keep turning your mic up. I can't.
All right, whatever. We'll just be the quiet
It's
show.
all Steve's fault
We're turning into ASMR
because he's too
Chiefs.
loud.
We're turning into ASMR Chiefs channel
I don't care.
or whatever they do. I don't know.
ASMR
Yeah.
weird.
Brian said, "Turn that compressor down, baby." See, Nikki said her volume's on max. See, it's not me. It's you. We got to figure it out.
It's not.
I'm going to leave mine right where it's at, actually. No, I'm just kidding. I did turn it down some. Maybe it'll help. You know? Flapjack says, peaking, it's hard having the most sexiest voice on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think that goes to Bob from Buck and Bob.
Bob.
I can't even do the
tried
Bob
to
voice.
Explain to me how to do the voice, and I couldn't do it.
You got to talk down here, sir.
Yeah, he said you talk from here and you just relax.
I just
It's like,
realized that this is how I'm supposed to talk one day.
welcome back to the show, ladies. I can't do it, Bob.
Oh,
Welcome
yeah.
to all
He's
she's
like,
done.
what's that dude's name? Isaac Hayes? The chef from South Park?
Yeah.
That's Bob.
Wait,
Bob
which-
sang to end his stream
yeah,
tonight.
that's what I was laughing at.
I got to go back and watch it.
What are you saying?
He said, suck on my chocolate salty balls.
Sucker.
That's enough of us. We're going to get out of here tonight, guys. Appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for the donos, gifted memberships, all that fun stuff. Keep an eye out for the video coming on Saturday. Also, the members only live stream Saturday night and all that fun stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be back and have some more fun. Talk about Bob singing.
Bob.
Let's go.
Get wild.